Hi, I'm Rosie Galligan, Saracens and England Lock, and today I'm here with Claire Rafferty, a former Lioness who has converted to rugby, and today we are going to be talking all about her story. So obviously, firstly, why the change to rugby?
Yeah, so I think having played football for so long, when I retired, I felt like a loss of identity, almost like a grieving process I went through. I struggled for a couple of years, and that removal of the structure, the friendship group, and then just the training and how good that is for your mental health. I think I struggled with that, and I just decided one day I want to try something new. I knew quite a lot about Sevenoaks Rugby Club. It's quite a big club in the area, and yeah, it was a very welcoming environment, and I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, I think that's something that I found from rugby, was that it was the first sport where I felt that sense of belonging, and it was that sport that was for everyone, like regardless of your size, what you look like, there was just always something for you to do. In terms of football, obviously a lot of running around, probably less physical contact up top, but what skills have you taken from football to rugby, and then what have you left there as well?
Yeah, there's a few things I've left behind. I think it's the spatial awareness, trying to find those little spaces. Dog legs is what it's called.
Yeah,
nice. Learning all the lingo. But yeah, just kind of the communication skills as well, and just the vision that you need to have to find those spaces. I mean, throwing the ball was quite difficult to learn because I only ever did throw-ins, and they weren't great either. But yeah, I think in terms of working in that team environment, encouraging everyone else, but mainly just utilising the same way I use the football pitch for space. But I think for me it was I was a bit fearful about starting a new sport because I had to learn, how to play it and all the rules. But once you're involved in it, then.
Yeah. And what do you think you've taken from rugby so far, like in terms of the off-field stuff from football? Is there anything different in the sense of like how teams are in rugby, or is it similar?
No, it's very different. I think obviously the inclusivity is quite clear in terms of all different personalities, all different types of body types as well. But mainly the social elements, so coming back in after a game, everyone coming together and celebrating. And then I think after, when you celebrate and everyone does the little, what's it called?
Tunnel?
That's a little tunnel, which is great. And then the respect that you show to each other. I mean, in football, I was never rooted referee, but I think the respect level is totally different. Obviously, you have to call sir, or if it's a female, obviously, you should call it miss, right?
Miss?
No. But yeah, I think the way people speak to each other is just so much more welcoming. You don't feel like you're getting prejudged.
Yeah, definitely. We've obviously got the World Cup coming up in 2025, which is going to be massive. We saw the success of the Euros with the Lionesses a few years ago now. Do you think that women's rugby can have that same impact that the Lionesses had a few years back? And yeah, what's your vision of it?
I think, unfortunately, I think in women's sport, you have to be successful to get the noise around you. That shouldn't be the case. There should be that visibility already there. But I think success does breed success. And I think, young girls and boys watching you play in that is going to be, well, it just increase the awareness, and they can see role models. I know there's the saying, if you can't actually see it, how do you know that you actually can be a rugby player? So I think, no pressure. You've got the opportunity to.
Though, isn't it? Like, how important is it for us to be focusing on like the inner warrior and grassroots rugby in order for that success to happen in the future?
Yeah, it's key. I think it's key for exposure. Also, widening the availability of talent pool as well is key, because the more females you have in the game, the more opportunities there are, the more funneling there will be into the teams, and then the sustainability element of it comes in. More females and girls and boys buying kits, and the commercialisation of it as well, which is equally as important.
Yeah, it's a business now, isn't it? Like, a lot of people see it as a business, and being able to, like, for me, being able to come back and see some girls tonight, like, I want to showcase that I'm just a normal person still. I'm still just Rosie Galligan that started rugby when I was 16.
Well, I mean, I think everyone in our Sevenoaks group is like starstruck that you're here today, so you might have to sign a few things after. But that's amazing.
Yeah, it's nice just to be able to showcase like that I'm here to support you girls, and that although I'm now playing for the Red Roses, actually I still enjoy coming down to one of my local clubs. My brothers play here, so being able to support Sevenoaks and hopefully help with the girls' development here is like massive for me. So
and when you retire, you know, you can maybe follow my footsteps.
I will retire. I won't be playing rugby anymore. I'll go find a new sport.
Don't go playing football now.
No, definitely no football. So if you saw someone that was saying that they were interested in rugby, what would your words of advice be to them?
I would say come down, don't be worried, don't be afraid, everyone's lovely. I started, I didn't know what I was doing, and everyone made me feel comfortable. And yeah, it's for everyone.
Now she loves putting in.
Now I love it.
Massive shots.